And I heard their stories firsthand, which touched my heart very deeply. I met an Iraqi Chaldean Christian family, whose kids, because he could no longer pay protection money to a Sunni militia that was threatening his family. And so they set up a bond in this small music store in Baghdad. And he lost his leg. Somehow he managed to get across the desert into Damascus. He and his wife and two beautiful daughters were looking forlorn and hopeless, as though there was no future for them. But Canada has risen for those that value. We have opened doors to resettle and protect over the course of 5 years some 20,000 mainly Christian Iraqi refugees who have been declared refugees by the United Nations, whose homes have been destroyed, whose churches have been bombed, and whose priests have been assassinated. And so we will welcome them here in Canada. If there's anything that the Coptic Church can do to help us welcome some of those families to Montreal, we would appreciate it enormously. And so in closing, I want to ask you, yes, to keep in mind, to give a voice to and to pray for those Copts in Egypt who are facing violence and persecution of areas, to find forms of charity also where you can help other Christians and other members and other human beings who are being persecuted and facing violence simply for their faith. So thank you again, fathers. Thank you, Dr. Malik. I don't know if you're taking questions. Did you say we're taking questions? Said that? No? I don't know if we have time, but
just one question, as I told you in the letter. Dans la lettre que j'ai envoyée au ministre, juste. Dans la lettre que j'avais envoyée au ministre, j'avais une question. L'avis, Dieu, j'avais dit au ministre, si à la place de ce bâtiment que le gouvernement pense qu'il allait être une église, si c'était une mosquée qui avait été commencé à construire, même sans permis, si c'était une mosquée, c'est le seul élément que je change dans toute la situation. Est-ce que le gouvernement, est-ce que les autorités égyptiennes auraient réagi de cette façon-là? Et je sais que le ministre connaît très bien la réponse.
J'acte toujours les inquiétudes de provenance de l'État en ce qui concerne la difficulté d'obtenir des visas pour certains de vos membres de vos familles provenant de l'Égypte pour les visites. Des fois des rumeurs de traitement injuste envers les peuples de l'Égypte par rapport aux officiels de l'immigration Canada. So I want to, I've heard rumors over the years about unfair treatment towards Coptic visa applicants in Egypt. One of the reasons that I went to Cairo last year was personally to visit our staff and our local to meet staff, Canadian nationals who have Canada's immigration industry there. And I want you to know that I could find no evidence at all of any inappropriate or unprofessional treatment. We have highly trained professional members of the Canadian Public Service who are doing a very good job of managing our office in Cairo. And I assure you that if you were to meet our locally engaged Egyptian staff who work for us there, you would very likely be meeting them at Coptic churches in Cairo, the overwhelming majority of them. And they are very concerned about the well-being of Canada. Rumors that it's true. Anyone ever had, I can see evidence of discriminatory treatment. If I bring that forward to any leaders of the community, it will be shared with me, and I will take action on it. But I can tell you that all of the decisions taken on applications in our Cairo mission are taken by Canadian, highly trained members of our professional permanent public service. and that there is appropriate management and oversight of all of the activities that occur there. And the notion that there is somehow religious discrimination, I've been able to find no evidence of that. Now, I understand one of the reasons that people may come to that conclusion is because some applications are rejected, and that is not because rejection is religion. I can tell you from the Ukrainian community, from the Latin American community, from the Filipino community, from every country in the world, because obviously anywhere we have a visa, not everyone is going to get one approved, and then there's a tendency to speculate as to why that is. Each case is decided on an individual basis, and the essential standard in our law that has to be applied by our public servants is that people have demonstrated a likeliness to return, that is to say, family or economic and financial ties back home. They have to fill a very strong application. So my advice is, sure, people fill out strong applications, but they're tied to religion. To test that, there's occasions, absolutely no evidence to support that. Similarly, I know many people in the community are concerned about refugee claimants in Canada. I've had a good discussion with some of the leadership of the community about this morning. Refugee claims are determined on an individual basis by the arm's length quasi-judicial immigration and refugee board. They look at each individual case, they look at the facts, they look at the claim, and they make a decision. I cannot intervene in the decisions that body makes because it's like a court, and it would be illegal for me to intervene. Having said that, ask immigration rep said that for it. I'm sensitive to some of the unique circumstances that face religious minorities, including Christians in Muslim countries, and that they have appropriate information on the reality of what's happening in Egypt available to their decision makers so that they can make fair and fact-based decisions. And so I want you to know that I'm very sensitive to these concerns. And it is our law and our intention to provide protection in Canada to anyone who is likely to face persecution or reward to their Canadian life. For terrorist refugees are coming to assess each individual claim. And certainly we need, I have raised this issue repeatedly to ensure that all of the information is before those who make those decisions. So again, I just want you to know, en terminant on est très sensible aux inquiétudes de votre communauté ici et en Égypte. On est là pour travailler avec vous et nous espérons qu'à l'avenir, nous allons voir un nouveau espace de liberté pour chrétiens de Montréal. I want to particularly enforce our sense of my sense of close solidarity with the community, which I have expressed repeatedly to Ocean, as well as our desire to work closely with the community. And finally, let us all hope, because Christianity is a religion of hope, that the future will bring a new birth of freedom and security for the Christians of the Middle East, and particularly the Copts of Egypt. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Very much our community. We would like to give your presentation. Thanks for previously our community's concern as always. Ladies and gentlemen, for a closing prayer, Father Raphael. In the name of the Father, and of the Spirit, and of the Lord, thank you for being our sole protector. Thank you for our fortune to serve our government, our minister, and minister. We will pray thankfully for the intercession of Saint Mary Theotokos, all the saints and martyrs. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth and heaven. Give this day our daily bread, forgive us our trespasses. We forgive us new trespasses, by Jesus, and the kingdom, power, and glory, live forever and ever. In the Father, and the Holy Spirit, and